What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the best damn YouTube channel in the multiverse, King Lister TV. It's been a quiet week this week here on the channel. Obviously, the 4th of July holiday week was here. Between that, work, and as you can probably hear in my voice, I had a little bit of a chest cold, so I didn't have the best voice in terms of recording. But I'm here today because with the 4th of July coming, came season 3 of Stranger Things that dropped on Netflix, and I binge watched that in 2 days, and I'm here to give you guys my official season 3 review. But before we get to that, there are a couple other things that I have on the slate coming up in the next couple of days. I plan on talking about and reviewing season 3 of Jessica Jones and how I think Netflix and Marvel wrapped up that show. And obviously that universe, because they're no longer doing any of the MCU Netflix shows. We'll talk about that sometime this week. Also, Spider-Man Far From Home. I went out to see that the night it came out. I will give you guys my review of that coming up this week. And also, I have to talk about the NBA free agency. It is crazy. I was waiting for Kawhi to make a decision before I finally touched base on that stuff, and he did make a decision, so that stuff will all be coming to you guys within the next couple of days here on the channel. But today is all about Stranger Things Season 3, and if you haven't seen it yet, don't worry. The first part of this video will be spoiler-free. The second part of the video will be spoiler-heavy, so I will let you guys know when I will get to spoiler territory. But, yeah, my first thoughts on Season 3 this season are, honestly, I think it might be the best one yet. I would have to probably rewatch season 1 and 2 to kind of remember exactly the feelings they gave me when I watched them. I can remember the plot points, and I can remember season 1 was so addictive. I remember people were talking about it, and I said, let me just give it a chance. And I watched it, and I flew through it. Season 2, I was hyped for it. A lot of people say season 2 was a step down. I don't know if it was necessarily a step down. I remember I didn't like the fact that they were all so separated at first, which I'll talk about when my season 3 points. But I really enjoyed season 3. I think the thing this show does best, more than anything, is the interaction between the characters. I just think they've done such a good job. They've had the benefit now of this being season 3, where they've laid the foundation down for these characters. You know who these characters are. You know what they're like. And we want to have that feelings for them, for the characters. We already are attached to them emotionally. So when you get to season 3, you can hit the ground running. But I did like that with this season, they kind of gave you a nice slow burn over the first 2 episodes before they got heavy into the sci-fi aspect of the show. They did some stuff in the first 2 episodes that, still give you that sci-fi element to it. But I thought the first 2 episodes were very kind of like welcoming you back into this world of Hawkins, Indiana, and the characters. You got to think, season 2 came out 15 months after the first season, and season 3 comes out almost 2 years after season 2. I mean, I think it came out in October of 2017 with season 2, and season 3 comes out in July of 2019. It's almost 2 full years between seasons. That's a long time. So I think they did a good job of kind of bringing us up to speed a little bit, showing us how these characters have grown since we last saw them, because they have grown. Obviously, the actors are getting older, so they have to kind of adjust for that. But they do a good job of getting that sci-fi stuff up and running. The budget is obviously great. You can see how from seasons 1, 2, and 3, how the budget has just gotten more and more and more, which doesn't necessarily always mean a good thing. The bigger the budget doesn't always mean the better the program, but I think you can clearly see with the budget, how much better the CGI and stuff on this show has gotten. Storytelling, just the storytelling of this season was so good. They did such a good job. I mean, Netflix is obviously set up so that the shows they end and you need to know what happens. They're set up for binge watching. That's how they set their shows up. So it's almost like every single episode ends with a cliffhanger. But Stranger Things does such a good job of where, like, it leaves off and you're like, I need to know what's going on immediately. I think I was up till 4:30 a.m. one night. I got through like the first 5 episodes, and then the next day I just went through the next 3 very quickly. So non-spoilerly, obviously, I think it's the best. I think the interactions between the characters are the best. Dustin and Steve stand out as my absolute favorite duo in the show. Again, no spoiler territory, just they're 2 of my favorite characters. I think they might be my 2 favorite characters on the show. In the spoiler part, I'll explain why. But I just love their interactions. The rest of the characters are also good. The acting in the show is so good. Everybody, from top to bottom, man, every single character just has something to do. And that's great on the writer's part. And then the actors execute these characters so well. It's so, so good. If you haven't seen Stranger Things Season 3 yet, please, please, please go watch it. Trust me on this. Go watch it. I think it's the best season yet. And once you do watch it, come back here to my channel, to this video, watch my spoiler talk on the second part of this video. And then also, I plan on doing more videos that go in depth to certain spoilery topics later on in the week. So, this is your warning. If you haven't seen it yet, you should leave the video now. Just take my advice. Go see Stranger Things. It's a season 3. It's a great, nostalgic trip again to the 80s, and it does. It just continues to build upon the characters and the story you've grown to know and love. So if you haven't seen it, go see it. All right, that's your warning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are in spoiler talk right now, baby. Again, spoilers are starting right now. So, first off, rest in peace to Hopper, Billy, and Alexei. And that, real quick, let me talk about the character Alexei who died. I mean, this is a true testament to the show. How good is a show where they introduce you to a Russian scientist villain pretty much in the first couple episodes, and he's not very big into the show at all over the first few episodes. I think his run is in the middle of the season. I think 5, 6, and 7 is when he's really in the show. Maybe 6 and 7, but definitely that middle part of the show, the season, is where you get more interaction with him, and you don't even get to learn much about him. You just know he's a scientist, he's a smart guy, and he's working for the Russian government, and he's helping them trying to open the portals. But you realize he has this love for things of American culture. The 7-Up with the Slurpee, the 7-Eleven with the Slurpees, and when he goes to the carnival. I mean, that's just such a great, beautiful scene. I mean, he wants to be an American citizen. He said something about asking the guy, if after this is done, can he join in the fun of being an American citizen or whatever it is. And just the lighthearted scene of him playing the darts game at the carnival, and just his smiles and interactions with the kids around him. This you grew to like this character. It became a likable character. Just like that, boom, they take him away from you, and it was necessary. It wasn't shock value. They did it because he wasn't a character who was going to be important to the plot going forward in the future of the show or whatever. So it had to be done. But it's just such a great job on the writers that they make you care for this character so quickly and then kill him. Same thing with Billy. Billy's a character who, honestly, last season we introduced him in season 2. He is a bully. He is pretty much an asshole, and that's not a good guy. And all season long in season 2, he just does a lot of things that are just, messed up and wrong. And he's really, really a tough character to like. And in season 3, you kind of understand, okay, who he is a little bit, yada yada, whatever. But he becomes the muse, the vessel for the Mind Flayer in this season, and he takes his villainous path. But almost every scene he's in, the actor who plays him, I think his name's I'm not gonna mispronounce his name, but he does such a great job. You can see the conflict within him of that he's being used by this creature to do bad things, but you can almost see that he doesn't want to do it. And the scene where Elle goes into his mind and she sees his his memories, that whole scene was so beautiful visually, but also beautifully written. You could see she sees the beautiful memory of his mom, and obviously it's something he holds close to his heart, and that's the good in him. And it goes through as the storm's getting worse, his abusive father and all this stuff like that, and it's just such a great scene, man. And then ultimately him redeeming himself at the end by standing up to the Mind Flayer to save Elle's life towards the end of it, ultimately sacrificing his life. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ending for Billy. I think he's actually a fantastic character. He's not, a good guy, and he's not really funny or anything like that, but he's just a fantastic character for the 2 seasons for what he was and how his story played out. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Obviously, Hopper. Hopper's a great character. Hopper is top tier in this show in terms of characters. Him, 11, and to me, Dustin and Steve, which I'll touch on in a second, they're like untouchables. They are the top of the top of the character tier for me. But Hopper giving his life to help, Joyce shut down a machine towards the end, where he's fighting the Russian Terminator-like character, and there's all kinds of theories running rampant already about Hopper. What happened to Hopper, and I do want to expand and talk more about Hopper, but I'm gonna try to keep this video short, not too long. So there will be some side videos that I plan on doing about Hopper later on in the week. We can talk more about Hopper, but again, I said before, Dustin and Steve. That combination, Dustin and Steve, to me is the best duo on the show. That combination is great. I cannot get enough of Dustin and Steve. If they ever want to do a spinoff, I would take a Dustin and Steve spinoff for sure. No offense to Hopper and Joyce, who are great, adult pairing, who have a great, couple and love story going on with those two. Obviously, Mike and 11 is great. There's so many good characters. Jonathan and... Wow, I'm blanking on Mike's sister's name right now. Nancy. Jonathan and Nancy, great duo. But hands down, Dustin and Steve are phenomenal. I think Steve is anybody. Steve, even this season with Robin, who's a new character, great. Erica, who is a returning character. It's the younger sister of wow. Why am I blanking on everybody's name right now? Wow, I can't think of his name. Anyways, Erica is the little sister of the one friend, and she's great with Steve. They're all just so many great characters, and that they're all so... Lucas, wow, Lucas is the name of the kid I couldn't think about. Woo. But all the characters are good. Every single character in the show is good. Lucas is good. Will is good. I think the actor who plays Will, Noah Schnapp, I believe his name is, fantastic young actor. He has a lot of the most, him and Elle, to me, get 11, aka Millie Bobby Brown, who's the actress who plays her. They get the most emotionally gripping scenes of the actors. Out of any of the actors, the young actors who are in the show, they usually get a lot of hard scenes to film. And I think they do a fantastic job they're all great young actors, though. They all do such a great job with their characters. I really like that Will wasn't the muse this year. He wasn't the vessel for the Mind Flayer. Season 1, Will goes missing, so he's not really involved in the main story. I mean, he is... The main plot is around him, but he's not really involved. Season 2, he's kind of possessed a little bit and he's a little off, and I was glad that they chose season 3 to not go down that same Will being the tortured one in the group, which kind of gave him a back seat a little bit this season. But I thought it worked out really, really well. Millie Bobby Brown and Sadie Sink, the two young actresses who play 11 and I'm doing terrible names right now for some reason, and they're right there. For some reason, because I'm recording myself, of course, I can't think of the names on command, which is crazy. But the two girls of the show, phenomenal, awesome. They did a great job interacting together. I really, really like them as a duo. Their friendship got to really blossom this season, which is really cool, because last season Elle really didn't have much interaction with her until the end of the season. So I really like to see that they had this girl time. You know, the scene with them at the mall, with the Madonna classic 80s song playing in the background. That's just great stuff, man. That's great stuff. Again, all, you know, top to bottom, anybody who's part of this show should be proud. You know, the Duffer Brothers, who are the creators and the writers of the show, you know, the producers, and they're also, you know, they direct some of the episodes. You know, they should feel proud. The actors should feel proud. You know, it's just, they do such a great, everybody who works on the show should feel proud because they really, really, really do a great job. And, you know, it's so easy to slip up when you have a lot of characters, to not give everybody enough time, to not make every character fleshed out or feel likable. You know, I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones, and I think that's one thing that I think personally, I think that Stranger Things has over Thrones is, sorry about that, my TV turned on and I had the blare in my eyes. But that I think Stranger Things has over Game of Thrones is just, they do the characters justice. Like, I really, really, truly feel like all the characters are fleshed out so well. I'm just looking forward to season 4. I want them to announce when 4 is going to be again. And please don't make us wait 2 years. Please do not make us wait 2 more years. Please drop it next summer. But that's it. I'm going to keep it short. We're already almost up to 20 minutes already in there. And my voice is not cooperating with me right now. And the longer I talk, the more and more I feel like my voice is going to give out on me. But I really want to get this out. Stranger Things, fantastic season 3. Go see it. If you haven't seen it, well, if you have seen it, you should be here for the spoiler part. But if you haven't seen it, go see it. I will do some more videos really exploring certain dynamics of the show later on this week. I have a couple of ideas in mind I want to do, but that's for another time. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you liked this episode, please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this season of Stranger Things. If you like my video here today, like, comment, share, subscribe. You guys know the deal. All right, guys. Too sweet.